Chapter 2. Exactly, Miss Dobbins crossed her arms and nodded. There's a kitten in here, too. Can you beat that? But, who brought him here? Charles wanted to know. He could barely take his eyes off the big dog and the tiny kitten. The kitten was black with little white whiskers, a light chest, and 3 white feet and 1 black one. That's a mystery, Mrs. Dobbins said. A mystery that will never be solved, I'm afraid, whoever it was. I'm sure they did the right thing. Maybe they weren't able to take care of these animals, but they knew we would be able to help. There was even a note on the box. But after all, it said, please take care of Maggie and Max. The puppy is a girl, so she must be Maggie. And you must be Max, Charles said, looking down at the kitten. The kitten stared back at Charles with little green eyes that were almost too big for his furry face. Then he opened up his little pink mouth, let a long, pitiful meow. Meow! Please, help me, please. Meow! Charles felt his heart swell up. Right away, he knew he would do anything for that little kitten. Maggie, the puppy, seemed to feel the right way. She put her big face down and gave the kitten a long, slurping lick. Woof! Don't you worry, dear little friend. I'm right here. Woof, woof. Max gave another softer meow. Meow! And settled down, curling between Maggie's paws. You see how it is, Mrs. Dobbins said. These two were honestly old friends. I tried to separate them, but when I put Max in the cat room, he just cried and cried and cried. And Maggie seemed to hear him all the way down the hall from her dog room. She barked and begged to be let out of her cage. Finally, I brought both of them down here, and they calmed down. Whoa there! Hold up! Dad held up 2 hands. Don't tell me you're asking us to take them both. Mrs. Dobbins nodded. That's exactly what I'm asking. How can you keep them here? I don't want to separate them. I can't put a kitten in the dog room or a puppy, especially a puppy this big, in the cat room. Well, Christmas is so close, and so much to do for the holidays, I just don't think, Dad began. We'll take them, interrupted Mom. My dad was... When Mrs. Dobbins were talking, Mom reached into the box to pick up the kitten, and now she is holding Max out to her cheek and kissing his soft little face. Maggie, the puppy, watched closely with worried eyes. Charles was surprised. Really? He asked. Mom hardly seemed to hear him. She just nodded dreamily as she whispered baby talk to the little kitten. Lizzie shrugged. Mom was always more of a cat person, she reminded Charles. And Dad was trying to, and grinning. Okay, he told Mrs. Dobbins. Well, that settles it. We're taking them. The bean cheered and started to hop all around Mrs. Dobbins' office. Uppy, uppy, kitty, kitty, uppy, uppy, he sang, waving his fist up in the air. Yay, yay, yay! Charles felt like singing and hopping too. Instead, he helped Max and Miss Dobbins by opening the door when they carried the big box out to the Petersons' van. Back at home, Charles went inside first. He found Buddy, took him upstairs, and gave him a chew toy. We have some new visitors, he told Buddy, giving him a special scratch behind the ears. Once they're settled in, you can come downstairs and meet them, okay? He then raced back downstairs to it's in time to watch Dad and Max and Lizzie lowered the big box onto its side in the living room and opened its flaps. Maggie and Max were free to explore. The puppy came out first, carefully placing one big paw and then another one onto the rug. She then looked up at Charles, gave herself a shake, and plopped down on her pudgy backside. Then she opened her mouth in a deep, drooly, doggy smile and let out a deep whoop. Nice place. I like it here. Got any food for me and my little friend? Maggie was mostly white with big brown and black splotches, fluffy brown ears, and a long white tail. Look, said Lizzie. Her paws are just twice as big as Buddy's. Even though she's way younger than he is. Charles and Lizzie and the Bean got up and watched Maggie as she started paddling around, sniffing the couch, the Christmas tree, the coffee table, the bookshelf. She was very curious and oh so cute. But by the time the puppy worked her way over to the fireplace, Max the kitten crept his way out of the box. He began to yowl for his little friend. Too far, don't leave me. Right away, Maggie galloped up back into the box and gave Max a big lick. "Aw," sighed Mom, "she's such a good caretaker." "Uh-oh," Bean said he was pointing towards the Christmas tree. "Oh no!" Charles gasped as he saw that the kitten had gone over being scared. And as soon as Maggie licked him, Max started to charge around the living room, exploring at top speed as the kitten climbed. Now Charles watched as the kitten climbed up onto the tree's branches, swatting at any ornaments that blocked his path. In a twinkling, Max was all the way up near the star. He paused and looked around when he heard Charles' voice, and his eyes grew big with fright.